Yo, what up? It's Roger from the Masquerade Podcast. We did it first. Subscribe to Masquerade on YouTube for more interviews with your favorite emerging artists. Follow Masquerade on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. That's right. We're on TikTok and we're going viral, baby. We got a new episode right now here. It's happening as you're listening. LilBubbleGum, all the way from New Zealand, live in the studio in Los Angeles. What's up, man?
What's up, bro? Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming. We just had Semper on. That was last week.
Sick.
But this is all happening at the same time.
Okay.
So you just had a sold-out show with Sempra in LA.
Yeah, bro. That was insane, bro. Like, to be honest, I was pretty nervous about doing, like, because this is our first ever tour, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing, like, a proper show in the States. So for us, this is brand new. But it was awesome. It was great to have, like, all our artist friends there as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, because Savage Gas was there, right?
Yeah. And Cisco, Kamara, TD Slugs, just everyone, bro. So, yeah, it was crazy.
You're 18, right?
Yeah, bro. I'm pretty young.
Is this your first time in the U.S. or you've already been here?
It's my third time in the U.S.
Damn. Crazy.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in New Zealand?
Oh, I mean, I live in Auckland. Anyone back in home, like, I feel like everyone in New Zealand just hates on Auckland Day. Because I'd kind of say it's like the LA of New Zealand.
I was going to say, it's like the one place I know in New Zealand. It's like the big city.
Auckland, yeah, it's the big city.
Yeah.
But I grew up, like, I went to boarding school when I was, so that was an interesting experience. And it was like an all boys as well.
So that's like middle school. Well, I don't know what it's called.
I would say it was like the last year
you?
of middle school to basically year 13, which is like senior year, right?
So like 13 to
yeah, but I dropped out in
year.
like senior year.
Yeah.
So I did like 5 weeks of senior year, and then I was like, fuck this.
When was senior year for you?
What's this?
When was that? Like
like literally like 2021.
Okay, so we just started 2023. It was like a year ago.
Yeah, so not too long ago.
How'd you end up in a boarding school? Were you a fucking bad kid?
No, but I wasn't that naughty, bro. I was chill.
Naughty.
I feel like I was pretty well behaved. I don't know. I guess because there were like more opportunities at this boarding school.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I guess for more like lower income kids. So because everyone there is like on a scholarship, right?
Huh.
Which is kind of interesting. So like you don't really get any like snobby like spoiled kids there.
Yeah, because when you say boarding school, I assume
you think of like private. Yeah.
My next question is, what do your parents do for a living? I would assume that they're well off, but it seems like that's not the case.
It's
what
not necessarily
do your
the
parents
case.
do for a living?
So my mom used to be a teacher, but when my brother was born, she became like a stay-at-home mom because my brother has like a severe disability. And my dad's always been my dad used to work at like border security, like customs and whatnot, and then he eventually became a social worker, and that's kind of what he's been doing. So it's pretty much just me, my dad having like a job, and my mom just stays at home.
Point out New Zealand on the map for me. Is New Zealand an island?
And where?
No, is it an island?
Is it an island? Oh, yeah.
It's like an island off Australia,
it's
right?
split into like the North and the South Island, yeah.
So border security, I'm thinking like
customs, like when you go to
mountains,
the airport.
But you're on an island, bro. You don't even have any borders.
Yeah.
It sounds like your dad isn't really working. He's just telling you he's doing something.
Telling me
he's
doing
just off to the pub all day with his boys.
Sounds like it. Sounds like perhaps.
Shots fired at your dad. He's a great guy. I've met him before. He's a real stand-up fellow.
For sure.
What was it like in boarding school? Like all boys, so that's already trash.
Yeah, I feel like no one has any game. Like no one knows how to talk to girls, bro. When you like leave school, I guess.
Yeah.
And also, you just see a lot of wild stuff at boarding school, bro. Like
I would imagine a lot of testosterone.
A lot of sussy kind of
like,
stuff is happening. Like even like in the showers, because we didn't even have like doors, so we'd have like curtains, bro.
Your managers just
my managers are like.
Okay. You didn't even have doors in the showers.
No, it's just curtains, bro. So like people would be like chilling in the shower, and like some dude would come across and just pull the curtains and then run away.
Funny.
It was
funny.
like stuff like that would happen, but I can't say more.
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of pranks.
A lot of kind of pranks.
Like drugs going on?
Any drugs? Nah, it would be pretty hard to get that into school. because they like chicken. They have like drug dogs that come into our school.
So it's like a prison you were in, pretty much.
Prison.
You were in jail. You're getting
A
screwed
little
with
bit
in the
like
shower.
that. A little bit like that. But it got better as we like grew up, I guess. Like it was less restrictions and stuff, which is cool.
What's the driving age in New Zealand? Like, when can you get your license?
16. That's when you can get your learners. And then I got my restricted like last year, where you can drive between certain hours, but you can't drive with passengers. But like everyone just treats their restricted like their full license, basically.
Right.
Like a lot of people don't even get their full license till they're like almost 30, bro. It's so bad. It's bad in New Zealand, man.
Because they're just lazy,
They just can't
and
be
they already
bothered.
have this,
Exactly.
and
They're just like, just my full license.
yeah.
Whatever.
Were you playing any sports in school? Like, was there any extracurricular activities you were into?
I was pretty into basketball when I was going to school. Like, big OKC fan.
Interesting.
Yeah. Probably because of Steven Adams. He's
Right.
the only
Right.
Kiwi player there. So I was pretty into basketball, a little bit into volleyball and softball. But in my later years, I kind of just focused more on music. I didn't really do as much sports, but I still go every now and then play basketball.
I played a lot of sports in high school.
So what did you play?
Well, volleyball was one of my main things because, like, I grew up like in the beach town, and it was like a popular sport like that. And
Were you like a
lacrosse.
sitter or like a spiker or
Oh man, what's it called? I was on the left side,
left?
spiking that
Spiking.
fucking thing.
I
Dude.
mean, you're a tall dude, bro. So
Crazy
I
hops.
imagine so. Yeah.
Crazy hops. I can dunk a basketball. Don't fucking play with me. What did you play in volleyball?
I would say I like kind of sitting, or like I like serving as well. So it's
Yeah.
pretty fun where you just jump up and then hit it. So
Yeah, I have like no hands. Like, I can't.
you're just a bit of a
I'm
butterfingers,
just
like
fucking like
yeah.
carrying the ball every
Yeah.
time, just like pushing it up. I would rather set like this.
rather sit like that.
Yeah.
That's wild, bro. That's crazy.
Well, that's why I wasn't the setter. I was just
It was the
smashing the
spiker.
ball.
Yeah, fair enough.
County champions. I still have the coat in my closet.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm just like one of those guys who peaked in high school.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But so
Taking the piss.
eventually you start making music, but
yeah.
what kind of music were you into? You're at boarding school. Like, did you have a lot of time to yourself, or is there always just a bunch of fucking
We only got our, like,
13-year-old kids
phones,
running
like,
around?
A certain time of the day, and then we had to hand it back at the end of the day.
Dude,
This kind of sounds like a prison, right? Like
what the
it's
fuck, man?
it's crazy. But I used to listen to a lot of like meme rap when I was like, I used to listen to a lot of Ugly God or like D Banks, that kind of
Yes.
that kind of vibe. And that's why when I first started rapping, I was never serious.
Mhm.
I used to make like meme rap, I guess, and I called myself, what was it, Young Foreskin or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
foreskin. That sounds like the biggest Ugly God
Exactly.
fan I've ever heard.
Exactly.
Man, what
But-
happened to Ugly God?
Um,
Go.
You tell me, bro. I don't
Go.
know. I don't know what happened to him.
I fucking had him at one of my Masquerade Unmasked shows.
Yeah.
Must have been 2016. Sold out right away. Such a fun
2016.
show. He was
Whoa.
on Top of the World. He was an XXL freshman. And he kind of like invented that whole like meme thing.
Exactly. But I don't know what he's up to now.
I don't know.
I miss the era, bro.
I
miss
feel
it.
like he just like posts every once in a while on Instagram and people get excited. But
He just, yeah.
my memory was that he was in college, like on a scholarship studying like engineering or something,
Whoa.
like before the rap.
Before the rap. So he was kind of smart. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So I feel like he was just like, fuck the music industry.
And just went low key.
I'm smart as shit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make a lot of money being an engineer. I
engineer.
have no idea. This is all speculation, people. So you're listening to Ugly God and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What encouraged you to want to be Lil Foreskin and try that on yourself?
Try that on myself. Honestly, they used to make us have like short hair in boarding school. So one day the barber that they had come into school gave me like the shittest fade ever. And I was just like, bro, I fucking hate my hair. Because I wanted to have like long hair. And then I decided to make like a rap about my haircut. And then all my homies like in our cabin, I guess, kind of like knew the lyrics to the rap. And then
Was it like a recorded rap or?
I just
freestyling it?
freestyling it, and then after that, I just continued just making music. But that's kind of where it started, I think.
And how'd you start recording if you're in this restricted
I used to use
place?
BandLab back in like 2017, 2018.
See, I read that, And I just found out what BandLab was like a year ago.
Bro, there's so
I didn't
many
even know that it
kids
was
using
around back
BandLab
then.
now, bro. Like, but when I was using it, there was like no one really using BandLab.
It's like the new SoundCloud now.
It's like the new
Yeah.
SoundCloud, exactly.
So much sicker than SoundCloud. It's so
Straight
much
up,
better.
yeah, SoundCloud is just.
No, yeah, it's over for them. So you're on BandLab and you're literally just like recording into your phone. You probably don't even have a mic or anything.
Yeah, so like the way I exported the vocals, I used to like screen record the vocals and then export the MP4 to an MP3, and then I'd send them to like one of my friends to mix it.
Wow.
So that was some crazy, yeah.
Steve Lacy has his iPhone that he recorded
And
a lot of music
GarageBand,
on
yeah.
in a museum somewhere. I forget where, somewhere in New York. We got to get yours
Oh.
framed at
That's
the
what I'm
boarding
saying,
school.
bro. That's
When you walk in, there's just a plaque.
flag of just my old ass iPhone.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
And then just a little foreskin, and there's like no context to what this is.
I hope no one can find my old music, eh?
They're going to find it.
Nah, surely it's deleted, eh? I hope so.
Paging all of your old schoolmates. Send us the files. Send us the files on the schoolmates.
They'll come up every now and then in my life and like mention one of my songs just to like take the piss out of me,
Yeah.
bro. So
I love that.
hopefully you guys don't send them any files.
So, to my understanding, your first like big song was in 2019, and
Yeah.
it was AF1, Air Force One. I would imagine that's what it stands for.
Yeah, that's a good guess. It's pretty accurate.
How many songs did you record before that? Because you seem pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
I would imagine you're no longer a low foreskin. It's kind of one of those like classic, like I would say maybe like snot, sort
kind of vibe, yeah.
like monotone, jazzy beat. Take us through how it got to that point.
So I mean, I was still kind of making meme rap a little before that, and then I heard Gosha by Snot, and then I was like, I kind of want to do like monotone, deep delivery when I rap, and then I guess I just continued with that style. But I made AF1 also like on my phone on BandLab, and one of my good artist mates that I collab with now called Latour, shout out Latour, that's my brother. He actually mixed that song with those little screen recordings I sent him.
Wow.
And now that song, like out of all of my songs, that's the most popular one. But that was like recorded on like a shit ass like iPhone 5 with some like Walmart headphones. So it was like, wow, that's crazy.
I actually have his name in my notes.
Sick.
Latour.
Latour, yeah.
Latour or Latour?
Latour.
Latour.
Yeah.
Latour. I would imagine from New Zealand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was he in the same school or someone you met online?
Someone I met online, and then we like linked. I think later, or even like the next year we linked. So we didn't see each other for like ages before we linked, and then we just kept making music together. And now that's like one of my close homies. So yeah,
He was like producing songs for you.
it's just like mixing,
Mixing,
and just collaborating, featuring on. Yeah.
How long did it take for AF1 to take off? Because then there's the song Valentine, which is almost, that's before?
That's even like before.
That's before, because
You
that's like
kinda-
more like, that's like dreamy bedroom pop
Yeah,
almost.
you know your stuff, bro. What?
What was
That's
the vibe
really
on
OG.
that one?
It was just like a romantic, like kind of simpy love song.
Who inspired? Like, were you, I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe like early Kuko or something is like where my brain goes.
Like Kuko, Claro,
Yeah.
that kind of vibe. Damn, you know your stuff, bro.
Come
What
on,
the?
bro.
Yeah, but it's definitely on the bedroom pop kind of vibes. And I was like listening to Claro when I was in 2018. So
Love Claro.
yeah, that's my future wifey, bro.
Fucking, she used to make these underground rap mixes on SoundCloud. I don't know if you've ever heard them,
No,
but that's actually how I heard about
that's
her.
how you found her.
It was before Hot Cheetos, and her DJ name is like DJ Baby Benz.
That's crazy.
And I was doing a little Peep concert,
yeah.
and I was like, you should come DJ. I just assumed she was like a DJ in LA, and she was like, I'm in Boston and I'm in high school. I'm like, oh,
no.
okay, well, like, you're sick.
Yeah.
Keep in touch. And then, yeah, Hot Cheetos and everything.
That's crazy. You're really OG, bro.
Dude, I want to get her in the podcast. She fucking follows me everywhere, and we talk every once in a while. But
You should.
I gotta get her
That'd
on
be
the
crazy.
fucking podcast. So you're releasing songs, you're finding your sound because like AF1 isn't what you sound like anymore, really, right?
Oh, far from it. I think like because the flow on that song is pretty slow,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like more kind of chill, and like the lyrics are just really what I like, just about a fit, I guess.
Mm.
Like the kind of style I was liking at the time, even though it's a bit cringe now. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. But there was this dude on YouTube who had like a lyric channel called Dolo, and he was like, and a lot of the videos he was uploading were like doing pretty well. So I sent him like AF1, and he posted that, and that's kind of when AF1 started getting a bit more traction. And then TikTok found it, and TikTok started using it a bit as well, which is kind of surreal.
And that's how it all happens.
And that's kind of how it all happened.
That's how it goes.
But it pisses me off. I'm like, man, I have so much better songs than AF1. But
That's the one thing is like you can't control.
you can't control what people
the hell
like.
they. Yeah.
Exactly.
How'd you like come into the newer sound then? Because it seems like those like first songs, if you scroll all the way back on your SoundCloud, you're experimenting.
Yeah.
So then what? You eventually start collabing with like One and Only Savage Gas, but that's like way more recently.
Yeah.
Like, what's the progression?
I guess we've always just kind of like flipped samples or kind of old city pop vibes. Any like even like AF1 with the saxophone.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like rapping, it's kind of changed like what we're rapping about, I guess. Even like going back to 2020 when you have guap and stuff, that's always like inspired by internet culture or what like I'm seeing like all the as a kid from New Zealand, when you're seeing all this like Americanized like pop culture and stuff, that's sort of what I was taking inspiration from.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like Young Lean, I guess, if you go back to that, how he was taking like inspiration from like Arizona Iced Tea and
right.
all that sort of vibe.
Right.
And then into the new style, I guess this year I want to kind of release more go back to like kind of trap metal or like rage kind of songs, because that's who I also was inspired by, like Midnight Society, Kamiyada, those kind of vibes. So I was like, that was what I was listening to back in like 2018 as well.
I interviewed Kamiyada and Black Sand way back when, even
crazy.
prior to the podcast. So I was like doing interviews for years, but just pointing the camera, and then I kind of phased that out and was doing the concerts and doing like kind of like episode recaps with interviews. Awesome. Like I did that with like Ghostman, the Suicide Boys, and Maxo Cream, whoever else. And then I was like started this thing where it was called In the DMs, and it was like my first foyer back into like interviewing again.
Sick.
And I did Kamiyada and Black Sand. Like I didn't even have this office yet, so I would just film wherever they were. On an iPhone with a little lav mic.
That's awesome.
And they're still up there somewhere. And people, his episode, Kamiyada, like we're in the park. They crazy. Still hit me up
it's
about
DIY.
that.
Wow.
And they're like, dude, that's the first time I ever heard of him. And I ran into him. I was like, I wonder if he even fucking remembers me. Yeah. Like, this is like 2 months ago at the show that he was performing with Who Killed XIX at Subculture Part, or I don't know what the fuck it was. And he's like, dude, that interview, people still hit me up about it. I'm like, oh my God, Sam, that's insane. He's like in Japan and shit and killing it. Underground legend.
Bro, yeah, that's who I was like heavily inspired by when I first started. But I never made like anything trap metal or rage, but it was just like the kind of sound I was inspired by at that time, and I was like, these guys are going hard.
Oh yeah. What are you like? You started on like meme rap, and now obviously you listen to like a lot of your friends' music and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're going back to that vibe. Like, is there other music that you listen to that might not even influence your sound? Like, do you have like favorite new artists that you like, or?
I would say like even going back, like Peep has influenced me, but not necessarily like sonically, but just in terms of the fact that he like articulates himself and was able to express his emotions.
Yeah, I felt like I heard some on Valentine, like kind of like the layering of the vocals or whatever. Like I for sure heard some people, but I'm obviously biased because we were super close, and that was my friend, and I try not to like,
Yeah, fair enough.
Fucking insert him into
everything. But yeah, he definitely like was like one of my top artists. In terms of like now, man, I pay attention like pretty closely to the wave right now, the kind of melodic. I guess that's what's hot at the moment, especially on TikTok. Like Baby Santana, or
Mhm.
that kind
Yeah.
of wave. But I do like a lot of Tanner's new music as well. Like his new album was pretty sick. Yachty's new album's crazy,
Yeah, insane.
insane, bro. Who else am I listening to? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck. Like I listen to so much music, but I don't know who to mention.
Are you? I actually didn't ask Semper this.
Yeah,
Are you into the funk stuff? It seems like it's so popular now.
it is very popular. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm into a little bit of it. I don't think I'm in as deep, but like I've made like one or two like funk kind of songs.
Yeah, I can't even fully process it in my head because funk to me is like 2012,
That's crazy.
like
Yeah,
fucking Space Ghost Perp,
exactly.
Lil Ugly Mane, like I'm forgetting names, like even the people before them.
Yeah,
And now just all of a sudden it's like you feel like like me in the music industry and owning a record label and stuff, it feels like every month there's a
There's
new
some sort
funk
of new
artist
funks.
from fucking
wherever.
Czechoslovakia that did 300 million streams. I'm like, what is happening?
And it's like evolved to the point where it's almost like it's like house kind of funk. It's not the same as it was.
yeah, like
10
it's
years
not
ago,
like
yeah.
the Space Ghost. Yeah, it's like a completely different thing.
like almost subgenre. of
Yeah,
it. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
I mean, they're doing like a Fast and the Furious, like official funk soundtrack.
That's crazy. Yeah,
That's
I mean,
out,
that's
that's out
perfect
there.
for
I don't. Yeah, is that already on the internet? Semper's on it. Is that? Should I not say that?
Yeah, you can say that. You can say
Semper's
that.
on the fucking project.
Shout out Sempre, bro. Shout out my brother. That's
It's
crazy.
insane.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
But yeah, I'm definitely trying to get more knowledgeable about that world.
About the funk scene. I don't know too much. I mean, obviously, Caleb Sempre would know more. So
Yeah, but I feel like he's not. I mean, I guess people consider him, but I don't fucking consider that like funk.
yeah.
I'm probably sounding like an idiot and also offending people at the same time.
Fair enough. Now you gotta say what you gotta say.
So, you're turning 19 this month,
The
the 23rd of February.
23rd. So it's the day after I get back from the States,
Wow.
which is kind of crazy. And then I'm doing the next day on the 24th. I'm opening for Young Gravy
Oh shit.
in Auckland, which is kind of crazy.
Wow. Have you ever met him before?
No.
He's super nice.
I'm excited to meet him, bro. It's gonna be sick.
Are you still living at home?
Yeah, I'm still living at home, bro. Like prices in Auckland are like so expensive.
But you're rich now. You signed to a major label eventually after a handful of your songs went viral.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Around last year, like it took a maybe like 6 months of like negotiating and stuff, but we finally came to an agreement, and that was like probably early last year, like January, February, even like maybe even December, around that time. Yeah.
Are we saying last? Because we're in 2023 now. Are we saying last year, 2021 or 2022?
2022.
Yeah, like 3 months ago. 2021.
2020. Damn.
A year
bro,
and a
it's
few
gone
months
that
ago.
fast, man.
Dude, time flies.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How's your life changed since that?
A lot, bro. Like I've done quite a lot of shows, especially at my age and like coming from a small ass country like New Zealand. Like a lot of people here don't even know where that is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get people going, "Yo, whereabouts is New Zealand in Australia?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
I get so offended, but
Yeah.
you know, it's crazy to be able to like have this many opportunities at a young age, and just having like a good team around me is awesome.
I mean, I see you got the Montclair on.
The Montclair.
That's not cheap.
Just something light.
What was the first thing you purchased with that major label money?
What was the first thing I purchased? I'm trying to think. I probably went to like the Louis store and got some kicks, or I think I even got my like dad like a Gucci bag,
Fuck yeah.
which is sick.
That's sick.
I always try to get my mom and dad gifts, so yeah.
Or what's the most expensive thing you've purchased since?
The most expensive
No.
thing I've purchased. Even this is like.
Yeah,
kind of-
dude.
Yeah, even this is kind of expensive. Maybe this,
Which,
but I
and it's how much?
It's a few racks. It's not crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fucking. I've never purchased a single item of clothing that was over $1,000.
Nice and warm. It's nice and cozy.
Yeah. In this crazy LA winter.
In this crazy, yeah.
It's 73 degrees out.
Oh, damn.
Bro, you need that Montclair.
I need that, bro.
Here.
It's cold, bro.
Yeah.
I'm shivering. Yeah.
How would you describe your fashion sense? Were you into clothes earlier, but you couldn't afford them, or is it a newer thing?
I would say it's more of a newer thing because I feel like fashion and being an artist or a musician goes like hand in hand. I guess like some artists, like especially A$AP Rocky, you kind of like you obviously people love his music, but also he's a fashion icon as well. So I feel like if you want to be an artist, you have to dress as you kind of just got to be yourself. And a lot of people were just real out there, like A$AP Rocky or like Tyler, even like they all have their own style, and they're not trying to copy or copy anyone else. And I think for me, like I take inspiration, but I try to also be my own person. And then also one of our creative directors who isn't here, he's kind of showing me the ropes of like all the different brands and stuff. And I'm like, man, I've never heard this, because we don't have that sort of stuff in New Zealand. But we don't have like Capital or like Junior Watanabe, like any of like the Japanese brands as well.
Huh. How far is a plane ride from New Zealand to Japan?
From New Zealand to Japan, I don't even know. Do you know?
9 hours.
9 hours. That's not too bad.
Yeah,
that's like, shorter than coming here.
Yeah, because that's like what it is from like LA to Japan is like
really?
8 or 9 hours.
Damn.
So I guess Japan's in the middle of.
Yeah.
Well, how fucking long is the flight from LA to New Zealand?
Like 11, 12 hours.
Okay, so my math is probably off. I always stop in Hawaii when I go to Japan.
Yeah,
so you know what I mean? A little light flex. I like
just
to do a little
flex.
layover in Hawaii.
Well, how is Japan?
Dude, I would live there.
Yeah.
But the time difference is so bad.
Yeah.
It's like completely swapped. So when I'm in Japan, right when I wake up, early in the morning, it's like the last few hours of the day in LA. And then right when I go to bed, it's like the first
So you're like
few
real
hours.
bad jet lag, or?
Well, I mean, dude, I got such bad. I didn't even understand what jet lag was, to be honest. I thought it was just like, oh, you're tired. And then I went to Japan.
And you're like, oh, shit.
And I got vertigo, a lot of times, but like pretty bad, like waiting for the elevator. I'm just standing there, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, right. My body, my internal mechanisms think it's probably like 5 a.m. or whatever, and they're like, what are you doing standing up?
Exactly.
Like, you need to go to sleep. Like, that's what jet lag really is. Like, flying from New York to LA, 3 hours. Like, that's not fucking jet lag. Like, I'm sure it's the same thing, like New Zealand.
To here, even.
Because
New Zealand's a day ahead.
Yeah, it's like hours, I think Japan is like the second to last, and then New Zealand is like the most.
The most, yeah.
Yeah, the most. So, a jet lag for you coming here must be crazy.
I didn't get jet lag coming here this time. I think I did last time. It took me like a whole week, but my manager was like, just take some melatonin pills. And we were leaving at night, right? So I like slept through the whole flight. And then when I woke up, it was just like US time, and I wasn't tired. And then I went to sleep at the normal time. Like, damn, I'm jet lag for once.
Yeah.
But I always get told, like, when I go back to New Zealand, if you come back like in the morning, you should try stay up the whole day, and then sleep at the normal time you would sleep, so you don't get jet lagged. If you like fall asleep during the day, you're gonna get real bad jet lagged for the rest of the week probably. That's
probably what we did. But to answer your question, I love Japan, and I was saying the time difference, I would live there and work there if the time difference wasn't impossible to send emails and actually do things. But I think people romanticize Japan a lot,
especially with anime and whatever else. Like,
I gotta be honest, I think it's the one, like, people romanticize Paris to the point where there's a thing called the Paris syndrome, where it's like, searching in Wikipedia, it's like, you see all these movies of Paris and the Eiffel Tower and people eating bread and this and that, and then you get there and it's just like a city, and sure, it's beautiful or whatever, and then they get depressed. Japan, and maybe I'm overstating it, is like, dude,
it's like
it lives up to it.
Yeah,
There's
for sure.
fucking beautiful mountains, and you can go into the countryside, and then
Yeah.
there's the cities, and the fashion is so good. The people are so fucking nice. Like,
That's awesome.
I mean, I'm sure Japan has its problems or whatever.
Did you
but
pick up
as a
on any
tourist-
Japanese? Can you
Huh?
speak any?
No, not. But watch, bro. I'm gonna retire
Gonna
there
retire
and just
later?
fucking.
Sick.
I love Japan. You gotta get there, bro.
I'd love to.
It's your
bro.
whole vibe.
That's a dream. Yeah, it is my
Yeah.
whole vibe. Like we have like a lot of city pop kind of songs. So,
You look like you're into like Hello Kitty.
bro, you know, on my old account, I had like a my profile pic was Tracy with like his Hello Kitty
Oh wow.
stuff there. So
Wow.
that's way back.
I'm into Gudetama.
Oh yeah,
I love Gudetama.
Tama, that's a throwback as well.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I got some Gudetama stuff in the office, and I have a Gudetama bowling ball that
Whoa.
I got for my wife for her birthday that I can talk about because her birthday is in 2 days,
Oh,
and this won't be out until then.
Until
But
then.
yeah, we're obsessed with Gudetama.
that's
It
sick.
actually there wasn't a lot in Japan when we went the
That's-
last time. It was like a few years ago at this point, but
Yeah.
way more Hello Kitty and what's the bear guy? I don't know if you're even familiar with
I
anything I'm
don't
saying.
even, probably not. Oh,
Something with an R.
yeah, I have no idea.
It doesn't matter. How did we get into this conversation?
I don't
man?
even know.
Are we
We were
recording
talking
a
about Japan
podcast?
and
Like,
then-
is this an interview with you,
This
or
is-
are we just recounting the things I like about fucking Japan?
Yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know when the shift happened.
We were talking about you probably buying expensive stuff.
Yeah.
So, still living with your parents, smart move, saving that money. Do you have a car?
Yeah. Yeah, I have my dad's. I bought my dad's car off him
That's fire.
because I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna go like spend money on like an expensive
Yeah,
car.
I mean,
If I'm probably gonna like crash my first
You're not
car.
going to spend $100K on a fucking.
I wonder who does
GTR,
that, eh? Like,
Sempra
you know.
and fucking.
Idiot, eh? Fucking dumb cunt. Like, nah. No, he's been driving for ages, so he can do whatever he wants. He's professional.
Yeah, he's got a few years on you.
He's got hefty years on me, bro.
Wow.
I only just started like,
Shots
driving,
fired.
so
You know, speaking about Sempra,
yeah.
if you watch the
Oh,
Sempra
no.
podcast, you already know what's coming.
Oh no,
I got a question that
I'm
Sempra
dreading
wrote
this, bro.
for LilBubbleGum.
Okay.
And I don't know what it says. You don't know what it says. And I'm going to ask Sempra's question live on air.
Oh no.
Please recite the lyrics to your latest song with Josiah in a monotone voice.
Okay.
It's not much of a question, but it's kind of a demand.
I'm trying to think of the lyrics real quick. I already forgot. I know the first part goes like this. Slurp it up, slurp it up, slurp it up, good.
It's so much harder when it's monotone.
It's so much. I can't
It's
say
so much
serious,
more
bro.
ridiculous.
Yeah. There we go.
I hope you guys win Grammys or you become like superstars so I can have these questions framed in the office. I'll frame them anyway.
Yeah. I
But it
hope
would
that
be
song
cooler
goes
if you
gold,
guys
bro.
were,
That'd be
like-
crazy.
Won a Grammy or something.
Yeah, for sure.
What
There
do
we
you
go.
got coming up in the future?
More music, more shows. I'm actually going to uni this year.
To where?
University.
You're going back to school?
Bro, I'm like bored. I was like, I need to do some side quests real quick. So I was like, let me just be a uni student
What
for
school?
1 year. It's called SAE in Parnell, which is like, it's a music and film school. So I'm going to do audio engineering. Man, just like my inspiration.
It seems like you're backtracking.
Seems like I'm
No,
backtracking.
just kidding.
Dickhead.
Audio engineering because you're already a
Audio,
fucking
yeah.
pro.
Exactly.
What inspired that? Just you bored, or was it?
I think I'm just
Do your
bored,
parents want
bro.
you to go to school, or?
Nah, my parents. I mean, my parents were all good with like me dropping out because I talked to them for a long time before I did that. So that was kind of an interesting conversation. But I was just bored, bro. Like I can make music all the time, but sometimes it's nice to go out and I guess make connections with people at school. That'd be cool. Or just even engineer for other people like that. That's something I'm interested in.
For sure.
Just sick.
Like I could see you in New Zealand when you're 50 years old. You own a studio over there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe one day, bro. Maybe one day. That'd be sick.
I always like to end the podcast with this. You've had a fair amount of success. You're on your own tour. You're on the Mascarilla podcast. You signed a major label deal. What advice do you have for artists who are just starting out?
Anyone just starting out? The internet is at your disposal. Like, I mean, that's the biggest platform you can use to really get your music out there. Especially TikTok. I mean, TikTok's so oversaturated with all sorts of new music. So, in terms of TikTok, you just gotta post stuff that's out the gate, or in the like, people will scroll past TikTok as dopamine and whatever, and in the very first like 1 or 2 seconds, you want to capture someone's attention. So you could say some like outrageous shit, but like people will keep watching if they're hooked on it, right? You just need like a hook, and then you can show people your music. I think that's the easiest way to go about it. Like SoundCloud, maybe, even though that's a little bit outdated. YouTube, Instagram. I think when you're starting out, don't try to be mysterious or whatever. Like, some people have this kind of mystique around them being mysterious, and it does work for like if you're really big already, but it doesn't work if you're like just starting out, because no one even knows who you are.
Yeah, it's hard to grow a fan base.
It's hard to grow a fan base. And it's like, if you're getting fans and stuff, respond to your DMs. If you don't even have any gear, use your phone, bro. Like, you don't need anything crazy when you're starting out. And when you get your first paycheck, use that to like buy better gear as well. Don't use it and go like, oh fuck, go buy some designer shit to look real rich. You know, you want to
exactly.
You want to like use it to buy gear.
Invest
in yourself. Invest in your craft. But yeah, that's probably my best advice.
LilBubbleGum.
LilBubbleGum signing out.
Thank you for coming on the pod.
Thank you for letting me be here. Awesome.